How to play 17-250. To start out this riff, we need to hold down a certain shape, and I'll show you two different shapes that you can hold down. You either do what I am doing, and I'm holding this small little bar. I'm holding the first fret of the D and the G string. And by the way, I'm calling the third fret the first fret because the capo is acting as the nut. So therefore, this is the first fret. Does that make sense? Anyways, making a small little bar at the first fret of the D and the G, and then my middle finger is holding the second fret of that A string. And those fingers stay there the entire time. It's my ring finger that's moving around and doing all the work. However, if that bar is too difficult for you to hold, you can just hold the first fret of the D string with your pointer finger, hold the first fret of the G string with your middle finger, and then your ring finger would come up here on the second fret of the A string, and now your pinky is going to be doing all the work. Okay, so now that you have chosen one of those shapes, just one, don't do both. Let me show you fret-wise what's going on here. So we start by hitting the open E string twice, and then we're gonna play 1, 2, 1 on the G string. 1, 2, 1. Then what we're gonna do is pick the A string. Our middle finger is already holding that at the second fret. And then we're gonna play 1, 2 on the D string. All right, A string, 1, 2 on the D. So if we put those two things together, I'm gonna play it slowly here, it would sound like this. So what you'll do after playing that riff 3 times is you'll just strum that open E chord, and then you'll strum it again, but you'll let go of that second fret and keep that same shape that we were holding earlier and play the E like that. So all together that would sound like this. Alright, so we got the intro done, and now we gotta learn the chord progression for the verses. So we're gonna start on that E major, and we're just gonna do 8 down strums on it. Then we're gonna move up to the 7th fret and play this A power chord. But we're gonna change it up a little bit because we're gonna hold our middle finger on the 8th fret of that D string. And we're gonna play that 4 times. And then from there, we're going to just move our index finger here 1 fret back to the 6th fret. And also play that one 4 times. Now, if that is kind of a weird and awkward stretch for you, then when you move up to the 7th fret and you play that A power chord, you can play it like this instead, where your pinky is on the 9th fret of the A string, and then your ring finger is on the 8th fret of the D string, and then your index finger is holding that top E string. So then this is a way easier stretch. So putting that whole thing together would sound like this. So then after playing that 3 times, we're gonna move down to this kind of like F minor power chord here. We're gonna play it 8 times. And then we're gonna move back up to that A power chord. So let's just hear the verses all together. Do that one more time. Move down to F, back to A. From there it goes back into that riff. And then when it gets to that part where it's like really loud, it's breaking down, we're gonna play very similar chords here. But instead of playing this type of A power chord, instead of holding our middle finger on that 8th fret, we're gonna hold our middle finger on that 9th fret of the D string. And then same thing, we're just gonna end up moving this down to the 2nd fret or the 4th fret, whatever way you want to refer to it with the capo here. moves back up to that A. So let me just show you what it will sound like with some of the chord diagrams here. And there you go, you have pretty much every part that you need in order to play 17 to 50.